Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. You will never believe where I am. We are at the House of the Dragon official screening in the UAE in Dubai, and Steve Toussaint is here. Lord Corlys Velaryon is here, and I'm really, really excited. There's a giant House of the Dragon logo over there, and I wanted to show you guys because it is super exciting. So guys, we are officially inside. This is what it looks like. And I just got a signature with Lord Corlys Velaryon himself. He is such a kind man, truly a very, very kind and genuine person. And now I'm about to go take pictures on the throne, so let's go. We are here at the Iron Throne, House of the Dragon, baby. This is the best day of my life. Signed by Lord Corlys Velaryon, the sea snake himself. Good times, man. Good times. If you guys can't tell by now, I am a very happy bunny. We got Alicent, Corlys, Daemon, and Caraxes signed and delivered, and I am so beyond grateful to OSN Plus for inviting me to the regional screening of House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 1, and here's my non-spoiler review. Everybody on this channel knows that I live and breathe this show, but there is a difference between Nasser from Season 1 and Nasser right now watching Season 2, and that is because I have now read Fire and Blood. And so I have a couple of thoughts about this episode. Surprisingly, both positive and negative. The positive outweighs the negative by far, so let's get on with that first. By far, the standouts of this episode are Emma Darcy as Rhaenyra and Tom Glynn as King Aegon. It is actually crazy witnessing these two actors perform with such magnitude. Emma Darcy's performance in this episode is absolutely heartbreaking. If you haven't watched Season 1, this episode starts off 2 weeks after the events of the Season 1 finale. Lucerys is dead, and Emma Darcy gives such a heartbreaking performance. They truly are magnificent with the role of Rhaenyra because they are able to convey this character's pain and suffering through their eyes. And the character of Rhaenyra, she is on such a tragic path because she didn't want to go to war. She didn't want anyone to die, but her son's dead. And Aemond had a big part to play in it. And I guess she also blames Alicent. And she's just so upset by everything that is taking place. And the scenes that Emma Darcy is involved with, every scene that Rhaenyra is in is so heartbreaking. I cried twice just because of Emma Darcy's performance. It was so moving, and I really mean it. They deserve an Emmy nomination for this role. Point blank and the period. The reason I say Tom Glynn is a standout in this role is because I hate King Aegon. Or just Aegon, however I want to call him. I hate him. He is the reason I don't always side with Team Green, even though I love Aemond, I love Helena. But I hate Aegon so much. Yet in this episode, every time he was on screen, I was so severely entertained because they decided to go with this comedic route with his character. And at first, I thought it was a character inconsistency because in Season 1, he was a total douchebag. But then I learned we hadn't seen him after he realized that everybody at that coronation loved him. And so now you get to see a version of Aegon that is lighter, able to joke around. He feels that sense of security in himself now. And so you see a different shade towards his character. And it is so amazing to witness because he just brings so much entertainment and comedic relief in such a heavy episode that carries such emotional depth and weight. In terms of how the story unfolds, I don't want to get into any spoilers, but what I do really want to stress to all of you is that the very opening scene of the episode includes a score from a show that I love very much because the opening scene takes place in a place that I love very much, and I just couldn't see the screen from my tears. And it wasn't the cry that was kind of like, you know, just kind of hidden. There was a in this situation, so it was kind of complicated and kind of embarrassing for me because I was in a professional setting. But when I see certain things, certain places, and hear certain musicals, oh, it's overwhelming me right now. But when I hear certain things that remind me You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that was wonderful. The opening scene of the episode is just phenomenal. Another aspect of the episode that I really loved is how the episode takes its time to develop its characters and show you exactly where they are at the moment. It doesn't hesitate to take a breather to kind of show you how the dynamics of the Greens has just shifted ever since Aemond killed that kid. It's so crazy because you feel the tension between Aemond and Alicent, Aemond and Otto, Alicent and Aegon. Everybody, I guess everybody revolved around Alicent, but it's really, really interesting to say. I will say the Greens have much more screen time than the Blacks do in this episode. And you guys know, I used to be on Team Green. I have a lot to say, but we have to save it for the spoilers. But anyways, I used to be on Team Green. I feel like I'm leaning towards Team Black now because of things that happened in this episode and reading Fire and Blood. It's just all so confusing to me. I'm Team George R.R. Martin. I know that this war is not going to end well, and I know that picking sides is not the point. However, HBO has made it a experience to pick a side because that's what their entire promo campaign is based on, even though that's not the point of the story. But, you know, marketing is marketing, and war sells. There are other things that I'd like to say good things about, but it feels like I'm just repeating myself talking about House of the Dragon because it is the greatest show airing right now, yes, but the cinematography, the score, the performances, just the visual design, the set design, the visual effects, all 10 out of 10s. And I cannot stress that enough because with modern shows right now, I think the best visual effects go to The Boys, which is currently streaming on Prime, and House of the Dragon. We are in the peak of television right now. This is the peak. It doesn't get better than this. But of course, House of the Dragon takes the cake because I am a Westeros fan. But this episode in particular, who directed this? Apparently it was Alan Taylor. I don't know what else he's directed, if I'm being completely honest with you. We lost Miguel Sapochnik, but we don't need to talk about that. Now, moving on to the negatives. I can't speak a lot about this without getting into spoilers, so I'm going to keep it broad. If you've read the book... okay. If you've read the book, this show takes some creative liberties, which they've done in season 1, but they do it here to the point where they introduce a plot line that I know you guys know about because of the leaks. But anyways, they introduce a plot line that I know you guys know about, and I know that you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, but let's just play pretend for a while. They introduce a plot line that I do not enjoy. I do not enjoy because it goes against everything a certain character stands for. And to me, that just feels like you're doing something for shock value. And the way those things were filmed were clearly filmed for shock value. But I haven't seen the rest of the season, so I will hold off my overall judgment until after the season is done. Because you know what? I believe in Ryan Condal. Because season 1 of House of the Dragon was great. But then again, I loved Game of Thrones season 8. So, I don't know. Take with that what you will. There is also another change from the book in regards to a very popular scene. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. If anybody's been on Reddit or Twitter, House of the Dragon Reddit or Twitter the past couple of months, you guys know, couple of weeks, sorry. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But there is a change to a very iconic scene in the show, and I didn't necessarily enjoy it. It wasn't bad. There were little tweaks here and there that I thought were really clever, but when you look at the overall event that takes place, I prefer the version in the book. And unfortunately, it is something that so many fans have been looking forward to that I hope they're not disappointed when it comes out. And that's pretty much the negatives. It's not that severe, but it just, when you have a show that's this perfect, the sore thumbs stick out. That's essentially how I see it. House of the Dragon is my perfect little baby, and no one can say anything bad about it to my face. I'm serious. And there are just some little negative things here and there. If I absolutely had to rate this episode, I would give it 4 out of 5 stars for enjoyment and 5 out of 5 stars for technical. You guys know I love this show. I don't know you guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. Hello, Dragon Show. I don't know. But I'm just saying, from enjoyment, it's a 4.5. I didn't say a 5. So that's severe coming from me if we're in Westeros. So take with that what you will. I love you all so much, and I will see you guys next week for the House of the Dragon episode 2 reaction. I'm not going to be reacting to the first episode because, of course, I have already seen it, but I will be doing a full spoiler reaction. Sorry, spoiler review. I love you all so, so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.